All right, now is the time on the agenda for public comment. If you're in the audience and you wish to address the council, you have 3 minutes, and I will need your name and your address, and your city that you're from anyway.
Yes, I'm a resident of Coeur d'Alene and have been so for 11 years. And my name, because my First Amendment rights to legally change my name for religious reasons in 2001 is still Stone Calf Warrior Woman. And the city business the reason why I'm here is because Mr. Townsend, a Coeur d'Alene City Public Library employee, I told him a week before that I was coming to have my photograph taken with the person dressed up in a costume as Darth Vader, because to me, Darth Vader is Dick Cheney. Anyway, so he didn't tell me I couldn't come, so I came. I had my own photographer. It was my phone. I wasn't talking to the kids. The guy had already dressed out of his costume. I didn't care. All I needed was the American flag. I am a Vietnam-era veteran, and I'm going to need more than 3 minutes, so you might as well turn off the clock, because I did prophesy January of 1991 after I received my vision and mailed it to my federally funded attorney that I was going to be known as the lawsuit lady anyway. But that I don't have a problem with Coeur d'Alene. But there are nonprofit organizations such as Blazing Divas that won't let me join their organization because some of their husbands used to work for Blackwater. St. Joan of Arc keeps on telling me for years that I cannot attend that. I haven't been excommunicated, and they're violating my religious right under the First Amendment. But anyway, so I went and moved the flag up to where on the wall there's the decal for CDA. And so I went in to put my face paint on, which took me 7 years to come up with, and it represents red, yellow, black, and white. All are precious and creator side healing and harmony cross-culturally my prayer. And the flag was back in the corner. So I moved the flag back, and then Mr. Townsend moved the flag back in the corner, and I explained to him that I had swore an oath 3 times. When I joined the Army, when I re-enlisted, and then 16 years later, when I joined the National Guard, that I would uphold the Constitution of the United States and protect its borders from enemies, both foreign and domestic. So I had every right to have the flag in my photograph. So he grabbed me, he physically removed me from the library. I was so angry, I called 911, and then after I vented, that was fine, I felt better. And then I realized the guy gave me the bum's rush by physically grabbing me. I left my keys here, so I had to come back in. And so then when I went out, so there was a police report because I got to talk to the police. But the reason why I wanted to talk, that gives me the edge to come in, is because CDA 2030. I would love Coeur d'Alene and the surrounding areas, and I have proposed this at the launch program, that I would like to have Coeur d'Alene and the surrounding areas and the Coeur d'Alene Indian Reservation to be my sacred science lab, but that I needed the University of Idaho professors and the sciences and mathematics to first go talk to Pietro Paparella, who I gave a lot of Scientific American books to and mathematics books to come to go talk to him, because one of the books I gave him was The Great Equations. I opened it up, and I pointed to Math of the Unknown, and I said...
Stonecalf, your 3 minutes is up. If you just close with a sentence, please.
Well, I would like a citizen's call to action to meet at the Workforce Training Center on November 7th at 5:30 to let that Pentagon staffer know no drones built at North Idaho College and no drone testing. And they can log on to democracynow.org and watch Wounds over Waziristan. Thank you.
I've got a question.
Oh, boy.
She doesn't really want you to ask me any questions. Go ahead.
Well, not alone.
I'm going to ask anyhow. Who did you call Darth Vader?
I believe that, if you watch Democracy Now!, you can't be informed by watching corporate news because it's not really the news. in the 1970s, Idaho Congressman Frank Church initiated a special congressional investigation on Senator Dick Cheney's involvement in the Central Intelligence Agency's mind control enslavement program, and those results have never been released. So you should have a conversation with Bobby Inman, who just recently tweeted on WikiLeaks, because he was the National Service, NSA director or something, right after the Senate Church Committee investigated the NSA and the CIA. And so he was the NSA director from 1977 to 1991, before there was personal computers. And so he would like the NSA to release all their information all at once and decide what they want to do. They're fired.
You still didn't answer my question. Who'd you call Darth Vader?
Dick Cheney.
Dick Cheney.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's pretty obvious.
So, Stonecap, if Dick Cheney is Darth Vader, who is the Emperor?
Enough.
Yeah.
He was being silly.
Yeah.
I was set apart when I was 4 years old, when I received last rites 3 times. And what was imprinted on my DNA is Mary will not die, she's burnt with the sign of the cross, God will save her for a special purpose. When I was in Guam, where America's Day begins, October 1988, God told me He's going to use me to wake up the entire world church. And maybe Americans aren't listening, but the rest of the world is. And then January 14th, 1991, I had a vision. I wrote it down. I interpreted it. I made sweeping declarations of how God was going to use me. And before I mailed it to Terrell Smiley Decker, the federally funded attorney in Kitsap County, file number 91-3-00028-5, I put out my fleece. So my scars are going to be miraculously healed in a sacred sweat in the Black Hills probably this December. And then nobody can get to decide whether that's going to happen or not, except for God. So thank you.
Okay, is there anyone else that would like to address the council? Please come forward.
I'd like to share with C-SPAN that we take a backseat to nobody in interest in council meetings around the country, so